God bless you, beloved. Come on in, everybody. Listen, invite your friends and family to come on in. We got some great stuff to talk about tonight. Our topic tonight is, why do men love sex? Why do men love sex? Now, listen, do not let these suits fool you. Do not let this tie and these brothers in these suits and nice clothes fool you. It's going to get real up in here tonight. And so we have several different men of God who are here to kind of help you, ladies, and everyone else see your way through this thing. I am Pastor Anthony Tyler, the pastor of Higher Ground Community Church, and here on the panel with us today we have Apostle Charles Joseph from the City of Hope Evangelistic Ministries, and he and his wife have been married 31 years. We have Bishop Ed Rocket from the Greater Tabernacle Church. He and his wife have been married 9 years. We have Pastor Derek Roberts. He and his wife, Pastor Roberts, have been married 36 years. Myself and Lady Tyler have been married 26 years. And we also have a single point of view from Pastor Patrick Schaefer, who has been through all of it and is going to help us see all the sides of it tonight. And so tonight, listen, let me say this disclaimer and put this out here right now. The views and opinions discussed tonight do not necessarily reflect the representation of Pilgrim Assemblies International and Archbishop William Hudson III. But anyway, we're going to have a good time tonight. So listen, invite your family and friends in. We're going to talk about, why do men love sex? Now, the brethren have assured me that they're going to be free, and we're going to just share some things tonight to help everybody understand this whole thing. Now, the biggest issue that we have, the biggest problem that we see so many times in our relationships as pastors, many of them can tell you that a lot of our male parishioners are telling us that they are sexually frustrated because they got married and they fell in love and they had a great sex life, but then things went downhill. And the biggest issue that my brothers and deacons and friends have told me is, Pastor Tyler, I did not get married to be celibate. Hallelujah. And so, ladies, we're just going to trying to highlight some things so you'll understand that he did not marry you to be celibate. And so we're going to just kind of throw out some things tonight. I'm going to let the brethren just do a quick introduction, and we'll go forward. Apostle.
God bless you. Amen. I just want to give thanks to God tonight for allowing us to be here tonight. Amen. I would like to thank Archbishop William Hudson for allowing us to take part in your panel on tonight. Amen. And I just ready to get down with the get down.
All right, let's get on down.
Amen.
Bishop Rocket.
Grace and peace be unto you from God our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. We're so excited to be here, excited to talk about this subject. I got a lot to say on this. So,
all right, well, come on. All right,
so I'm ready to jump in.
All right, in just a few moments.
So thank you for having me.
Thank
you for having me a part of this panel. I'm so glad to be here with these illustrious brothers.
All right, Bishop.
I'm Pastor Derek Roberts, Restoration of Faith Church in Flossmoor, Illinois, and I'm glad to be here. Thank Archbishop for this opportunity. And I'm just ready to get involved, not like the Energizer Bunny, Pastor Rocket over there, but we're ready to get started.
Say good evening, Pastor.
Good evening, everybody. I have no idea why I'm here.
All right. But we're going to help you out.
But I can add to this conversation. So I just plan on saying amen a lot.
That's your story? You sticking to it? All right. All right, we're going to see. All right. The biggest thing that ladies want to know is, why do men love sex so much? Apostle?
Well, I'll tell you this. If you're a man and you don't love it, I'm going to look at you a little strange.
There you go. All right.
I believe that is just us.
All right.
You know, when God said multiply and everything, I believe, you know, that's what we are to do.
We were serious about that.
Amen. We were serious about that, for real.
What you thinking, Ed?
Well, I just truly believe that it is a part of our human nature to enjoy the pleasure of sex. I think for so long in the church we have been sexually repressed in some ways, because for a long time we were told not to talk about it, not to deal with it. We even, I think, made sex dirty.
Yeah.
But the reality is men love sex and women love sex.
Yes.
So, we probably could have named this panel, why do men and women love sex? But since we're talking about the men, it is a part of who we are. It is our innate, it's part of our innate being. Men are more predators. If I don't like to use that word, but we're conquerors, and we go after what we like, and so it may seem as if we like it more than women do, but it's part of who we are.
Yeah, I think men love sex. Bishop Rocket kind of touched on it. We're predators, but it also, let's face it, sex is gratifying to our flesh. Yes. I mean, it makes us feel good, and it feels good to us. Yeah. And so I think that's one of the reasons why men really enjoy sex.
Yeah, that's
sex is designed for marriage, but you got to keep the fire in the marriage, and so we got to keep the satisfaction there. So I think men love sex because it's gratifying.
Mm-hmm. Pastor, say a little bit more than amen.
I will say that that when a man is in love with a woman, sex is a way we communicate. Yeah. Like when my words fail me, my body is speaking to you. And I think that when we engage and there's love and there's all the things that we want them to be, it opens us up to want it more, right? Okay. It is a way we open up our hearts. It is a way we open up our minds and communications. And so sex is a way we communicate. Yeah. And I think that we want to communicate a lot, and we want somebody to communicate back to us, right?
Yeah. The question then comes, what are the secrets that we want our women to know as it pertains to us when we're doing, when we're having intimacy and when we're getting intimate and getting the nitty gritty? What is it that we're trying to communicate? I'm not just trying to conquer you, but I want you to know something. And what are those secrets that we're trying to tell them that every woman needs to know as she relates to her husband, that you're pushing me away, you're holding back from me, you're withholding sex from me, and it is this intimacy that I'm craving that I need you to help me guys. What are we trying to articulate?
Well, I'll say this. One of the secrets that women need to understand, that rejection.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Men do not want to be rejected. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you keep rejecting. Let's just, and Bishop touched on it a few minutes ago. When we talk about sex, that's the big elephant in the room.
Yes, absolutely.
And nobody wants to talk about it. But I'm finding out that one of the secrets that women need to know is don't reject your man.
Yeah. Ooh.
Rejection. Because,
all right.
And I'll never forget this. We were at a marriage conference, and one of the ladies said this, and this sticks with me. She says she never allows her man to leave home hungry.
Ooh, my. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Great wife. Go ahead, Bishop.
Well, I think also what we're looking to communicate is our passion for our partner, our love for our partner, and it's our way of expressing that to our partner. Yeah. I think the way men and women treat that is different.
Okay.
Most men, because I use the word predator. The word predator is probably wrong. The word I should have used was hunter.
Okay.
And we see women as the hunted. I think oftentimes we are looking to just go right for it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
I mean, and this is one of the conversations. I hope my wife is watching. Hey, baby.
There you go.
sometimes where I get in trouble with my wife is when I just want to go for it, and she wants a little bit more foreplay.
She wants intimacy.
Huh?
Yeah.
She wants intimacy, right? We can say foreplay. Yeah. You know,
I got a song.
Well, you got a song. Yeah,
I got
you
a song
have a
for
song
it.
for
Right.
that.
So,
That's
yeah,
right.
I do.
I
have a
forgot who
song.
I'm talking to.
Right, exactly.
Pastor Tyler
yeah.
got a song for that.
Yes, I
like to
do.
Here Go. Okay, no. So,
Listen, they're done here for us over.
but that's what I think. I think oftentimes we really want to go after it quickly. We want to just get in there and do, because men need a release.
Yes. Yes.
Women require intimacy.
Yes.
And so they want to be held, they want to be cuddled. And you know how it is. Sometimes we just don't want all of that.
Right. I know.
So I think there's
Don't.
come on. But I think it's finding that balance, finding that middle ground, and it's hard for us to sometimes communicate that because we're not always talkers. We're not very emotional. So and I think that's the key in any relationship is to communicate that, to share what it is that you are looking for in a intimate sexual relationship.
But then when we're honest like that, do we come off as, well, all he wants is my body, and he don't care about what kind of day I had, and you know, the kids and the job and the church and all that? Do we come off looking uncommitted and unconcerned when, you know, we just want to hit it and quit it, and I want you to go over to your side of the bed now because I'm good now? How does that make us look?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, sometimes we just want to go in there, like you say, hit it, quit it, and keep it moving. But women are emotional. They want to tell you about their whole day. You sitting there ready to go. You anxious, and you sitting there ready to go, and they want to tell you about their girlfriends. You don't even know their girlfriends' names. They tell you about their work day.
Right.
Save that for another time.
Right.
Men also want to feel. They want to feel valued. They want to feel appreciated.
There you go, preacher.
And so sometimes, when I'm making love, I mean, appreciate me for the love that I'm giving, the love that I'm putting out, not just my bank account, but appreciate my body. And so we want to feel valued and appreciated as well. And so I think that's important in sexual relationships.
All right. Prophet? Again, Pastor Schaefer has been through
I don't.
both
Well, why do you
ends of
keep
this.
saying? I don't.
Because I want to make sure.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I want to make sure.
I would say it's important for us to about how we understand ourselves as lovers, right?
All right.
And I think that how we define ourselves is how we express ourselves.
Okay.
And so, what does it mean to be a lover? If I am your lover, then it's not just me loving one part of you, which is your body. It's loving all of you that opens up your body and opens up intimacy, right? And so I think it's not just what we want women to know. It's about what we need to know from women also.
Right.
If I'm your lover,
Right.
if that's what I signed up to be, right?
All right. Well, in that,
And you've been in it longer than I have, so you tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all can tell me. Y'all can tell me all night.
Right, so
I don't know nothing what I'm talking
right,
about.
in these 26 years, and the brethren who have been married longer than me can attest, we're easy. Men are easy, and ladies, this is the bonus for you that are here. You need to hashtag this, and you need to get this down in your spirit. Men are easy. You don't have to do all of that with us. Show up naked, and we're okay. We can be mad, but show up naked, and we'll be
Shift the
okay.
room.
Because we're easy, right? We're easy. Men are easy. But what I had to learn is that intimacy and sex starts way before for women. So what we fail to understand, and what we've all learned in being married, is we have to deal with the fact that you are emotionally somewhere else, because the truth is, emotionally, you're already in tomorrow. because of the day you've had. So by the time you wake up, you're already, how am I going to get the kids ready? What am I going to do with the church? We got Bible class tonight. I got to go to work and all of the other things. And I got to make sure these bills are paid and rob Peter to pay Paul. And so what we don't understand as men is that if you don't spearhead intimacy throughout my day to keep me engaged, then when we get home, I really ain't interested. And so what I've learned is we do a lot of texting. And so when people pick up my phone, listen, whatever you do, look at the picture and don't swipe left, because you never know you never know how that's gonna go. So just look at the picture and give me my phone back. So I had to change my password because I now have little kids staying with me and they pick up my phone. So men have to understand that it's an intimate thing, and she is gone several different places. So if you want me to meet you tonight, after I get the kids to bed, after I've taken a shower, because once I get into bed, I'm ready to go to sleep, but now you want to play. Come on, fellas. Mm-hmm. So how do we entertain that? How do we help them with that, Pastor? You want me to come back to you?
Well, I think it goes back to what you just said. I mean, you're kind of helping some of us that have been in it for less than 26 years, like myself, 9 years, and for those that are watching that are looking to get married, right? That you got to set the stage for what you're looking for a lot earlier. And I think the other thing is you got to know your partner and what they like, right?
Yes.
Because all sex ain't created equal.
All right, come on.
All intimacy isn't created equal.
Unpack that.
Huh? Well, I mean, because some people might like, a little, sexy picture sent to them, little peep show,
right?
Before to set the mood, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all,
I'm with you, Doc.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm on the right
That's
stage.
why I got the lock on the phone.
I'm making sure you got the lock on the phone, right? But some people don't have to keep no lock on the phone because maybe your partner's not into that, right? Sending the sexy picture, so you got to know how to communicate with your partner and what their love language is, right?
There you go.
So I think once you know the love language of what your partner is, I think you can then set the mood, set the stage to get ready for what happens when you get home. But then sometimes you just don't want all of that.
Yeah.
You just want to get
I'm just saying. I mean,
absolutely.
Sometimes
that's the truth. That's the truth.
You know, and women know what we like.
Yeah.
They know that we like sex.
Yes. Yeah.
And so sometimes it's not even us setting it up to get it. They can also kind of manipulate it to where we don't get it. But that's a topic for another discussion.
Right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Come on. No. I saw you over there, Apostle.
I didn't mean to go there, but I'm just saying.
Come on. Wow. Lay it out. Come on.
That's heavy right there. Closed shop, huh?
Closed shop. Yes, sir.
That's a dangerous thing to do.
All right. Come on.
That's what I said earlier.
Close up shop.
Never allow your husband to go out hungry. That's something that I want to keep sharing because you hear a lot of things. We all pastors, and a lot of brothers are struggling. Let's just be honest.
Yes, sir.
Because it's been some dead bedrooms.
Wow.
Come on. Come on.
It's been dead bedrooms. And it's been a lot of shouting and dancing, but dead bedrooms. Come on, let's
You talking good.
man, let's just be real with it tonight.
All right.
Because I was talking to a lot of brothers today about what I was doing, and I want to say I talked to at least 50 brethren, not just from my church, from brothers that I know, other pastors and things, and they're hearing dead bedrooms.
Wow.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem, and we can pray and fast, but hey, some got to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just believe in just being a realist with it.
Sure.
Just being a realist with it. You signed up and you said I do. Your body is not your body.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we just need to be straight up and just be real with it, because it's a lot of cheating going on in the kingdom.
Wow.
And let's just be real with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And and we need to really get down to the point of this that's going on.
Yeah.
And it usually was money issues.
Yeah.
But now it's sex issues.
Sex and intimacy. Yeah.
And so we really need to really deal with this.
Yeah.
And things like that. I don't know if but I'm
Yeah.
just throwing some things out
Come
there.
on in.
You
Schaefer? All right. I saw you over there shaking. 1 Corinthians 7. 1 Corinthians 7. I want to read it from a holistic, the New Living Translation, because it kind of gives it a better feel. He says, now regarding the questions you asked about in your letter, yes, it is good to abstain from sexual relations, but because there's so much sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife, and each woman should have her own husband. The husband should fulfill his wife's sexual needs, and the wife should fulfill her husband's sexual needs. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Do not deprive each other of sexual relations unless you both agree to refrain from sexual intimacy for a limited time so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Afterward, you should come together again so that Satan won't be able to tempt you because of your lack of self-control. And so biblically, he was basically saying, all right, y'all got to be intimate and y'all got to keep this thing going. So again, ladies, we didn't sign up to be celibate in marriage. We didn't sign up for this. We did not sign up. The Bible says it's better to marry than it is to burn. And so we got married so we wouldn't burn. And now y'all holding the draws.
Hold on.
Come on, Pastor.
I've heard that scripture in church all my life.
Of course,
it's better to marry than to burn. But it's an assumption that the person you marry can put out your fire.
Okay.
Wow, that's good.
All right. I like that.
Right? We lean in on just because you get married means that you'll be sexually satisfied and fulfilled for both parties.
Right.
Right? So I think when we quote that text, we're assuming sexual fulfillment.
Right.
But we know that's not. All of us pastor, like we know that's not.
Absolutely.
That's not the case.
Right.
And so what do you do? And this might not be the conversation to have. That's not what we're talking about. What do you do when you did it right, but then that part turns out wrong?
My God.
Wow.
And you got married and you still burning.
And you still burning. Lord have mercy.
Can I?
Come on. Please.
That's why you have to know the person that you're marrying and know their appetite, because there's a lot of people that's doing that, and I tell people all the time, if you have a lust spirit, just having sex with your wife is not going to deal with that, and she's not going to be able to meet your appetite.
Okay.
So that's why it's so important to try to get decent counsel, to know who you're marrying, check the background of that person, and things on this sort, and know your spouse. Know what you're marrying. People are just marrying folks just to be marrying them because he look good, but can you meet him? I mean, do you know his appetite? And I believe that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They marry him, but after this, man, she's still not. Hey,
Yeah.
do you know what you just said I do to?
Right.
That's right.
But even after the marriage, Apostle, we have to communicate.
Yes.
We have to talk about the likes. We have to talk about the likes and the dislikes. we have to talk about what we expect in our sexual relationship with our spouse.
Yes.
We have to be open, and we have to be straight up front, you know, because if not, you'll find yourself being frustrated or looking outside of your marriage so that you could be fulfilled. And that's the danger of it. You have to be able to communicate and talk about what satisfies you. And a lot of time in marriages, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. They just want to go in the bedroom, have the sex, and that's it. And then you're still frustrated after the sex.
Yes.
And so you have to be able to communicate that.
Right.
So doesn't that mean we have to set it up where our spouses don't feel inhibited or like afraid to be
talk.
honest? Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
because again, there's some things that I can say to Mrs. Tyler and it's okay. So I can call her now and, you know, dial up now and say, okay, when I get home, I want you to sit on my face. And it's okay. Because again, that's how we talk. Right, absolutely.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was only a matter of time. Here it is. Here we go.
Reel him in.
Here he goes.
Reel him
I knew
in. That's reel him in.
But no, I'm not going too far.
Well, we came to talk about sex.
I'm staying
now.
right here.
We came to talk about sex.
I'm not going too far. But understand that our love language is a little different than everybody else's. And again, it took us a minute to get here.
Right.
You all right over there? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to address what Pastor Schaefer said because he made an excellent point. And, you know, I think, you know, what happens if the person that you marry can't quench your fire, right?
Okay.
Can't put your fire out.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the problems with premarital sex, right?
Oh, yes.
I think this goes back to that because the other spin on that is what happens if you've already tested the waters and it was good to you, but then when you got into the
In
marriage,
comparison.
now it all just
Wow.
it dried up.
All right.
So wait a minute,
goes-
you set a whole nother expectation beforehand,
Okay.
and now that we're in it, so you were putting out my fire before we got married. Now that, but we were trying to abstain, right?
But our flesh.
But our flesh.
All right, yeah.
Because the flesh is weak, the spirit is
Yeah.
willing, flesh is weak. So we said, let's do this the right way. Let's get married. Now we got married, and it's legal under the eyesight of God.
Yeah.
Marriage bed undefiled.
Yeah.
But now we can't get it in.
Okay.
So I think that's a problem.
Sure.
So you're saying it's a 50-50 crapshoot. That's what you're saying. Like you roll the dice on whether or not it's gonna work out, right?
Okay. All right.
Because it ain't. Sometimes for us, real quick, we've spent as single Christians. I know the church tells us basically to put our body to death.
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge
Absolutely.
anything in your body. Till you get married, then all of a sudden it's supposed to jumpstart.
Right.
But you might not know what you like, or you might not know how things work or operate. And so everybody is experimenting on stuff, right? Let's talk about in a utopian society. Everybody comes to the bedroom a virgin or whatever. And you find out because we have not talked about these things because it was wrong to even talk about it. Right? It was wrong to even acknowledge human need and desire and sex. And now all of a sudden we have to have these conversations now that we should have been having, our parents should have been having, the church should have been having, school should have been having. And so we're in the dark. So to your point, Bishop, it's a 50-50 crapshoot on whether or not sexual fulfillment can be had in the Christian marriage.
Okay. So.
Well, now somebody just commented on Facebook. Tanya Campbell says, if you water your own grass, you will have the best lawn on your block. You have to keep watering the marriage. Exactly.
All right.
That's what we're saying.
Right.
If you watered it beforehand, you got to keep on watering
Right.
it.
I agree with that. But the problem
What's the
that
problem?
all of us have experienced is that we're doing all the fertilizing and watering because they're not as intimate with us and they don't hunger after us or at least appreciate what we put out.
Now that's what a lot of brothers are talking about. They said now, before we said I do, let's just be honest. It was 4th of July,
Yes.
spontaneous.
Yes.
But now,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
one thing that I realized, and we all men here, you know, except this single, he's a man, but he's not married. But men love spontaneous. Can y'all
Love
agree with me?
spontaneity. Yes. Yes.
We love it.
Yes.
That's a good way to keep fire going too, being spontaneous, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we like spontaneity. Yes.
Okay. So, to like she said, water in the grass. So, be spontaneous. Let's
Absolutely.
no, and another question that you know, and I just want to throw this out here.
Sure.
What about what happens? Because I'm hearing this too. What happens when the children come and then it?
You got the oldest kids here, and after so many years, how did you all keep that fire going? Right.
Well, the thing is, we understood our relationship with the children. I understand my relationship with my wife. My first obligation, as much as it doesn't seem right to society, my first obligation is to my wife.
Yes.
All right.
And so we made sure that the children understood that too. I mean, we love them,
Yeah.
but at the same time, daddy still got to get it in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Go to your
Thank you.
own
Thank
room,
you.
sleep in your own bed.
Yes.
Come on, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This bed is off limits.
Come
Yes.
on. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Absolutely.
That's why we bought. That's why we bought your
own bed.
bought a house big enough for you all to have your own room and your own bed,
Your own room. Yes.
so that mom and daddy could spend their time together. And when mom and dad is behind the door, then you all don't need to disturb that door.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I had to coach my daughter on that. You know, she's 11 now, but even at 7, 8, she had a penchant for just
Walking
busting in the door.
yeah.
You know, and I told her, I said, now you better be careful busting in this door. You might bust in this door and see something you don't want to see.
Well, my children are scarred.
Your children are
Yeah,
scarred.
y'all pray for my babies. Yeah, my children are both of them. Both of them. I've told them about it, and you walk in
Just
here.
can't lock the door. What is the?
It's not in my own house.
I understand, right? I know.
Lock was
I
broken,
understand.
and I told you. Sometimes again in spontaneity,
Yeah.
you forget to lock the door.
That's right.
But they got to know that your parents are and have a very healthy sex life. So you walk in here if you wanna, because just because you walk in don't mean I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, and I'm
all right.
and listen,
Understand?
and let's be
Back on out the door.
hey, and let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm into quickies.
Absolutely. Yes. 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 It's wonderful. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes. Yes.
You know, the
Yeah.
daughter in the other room.
Right. Here she comes.
You know,
Right. Come on.
Lock the door. Come on. Let me just hurry up and
Absolutely.
just get this in. Come.
Yes. Yes. Come on. Yes. Yes. Thank you all. Absolutely.
A quickie
Look at
will
this
bless your
energizing
life.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
It's just like a 15-minute nap.
Won't he do it?
Come on.
Yes, he will.
You all of a sudden get some strength somewhere.
All right, brethren. Yes. All right. We're trying to do this real thing. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Bishop Rocket is trying to relay all of your questions and all that, because I can see a little bit, but I can't see that far over there.
Yeah. There's another comment here. Someone said men in nature is different than women in nature. Mutual grounds.
Okay. All right. Case in point. All right. Let's take that. In our houses, and all of us can attest, if there is not something very intimate and big and elaborate for Valentine's Day, I know she ain't speaking to me for 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
And the sad reality is this just started a few years ago, because we didn't celebrate those things because we celebrate love all the time. And our anniversary is February 19th. So But again, this just started a few years ago. But they invented this thing, Sweetest Day, some years ago, that was supposed to, be for men. Sweetest Day was Saturday.
You ain't heard nothing.
You heard nothing. you still waiting.
It's Wednesday.
Wow.
Y'all ain't praying with me.
Yeah.
I'm praying with you.
Right.
I'm praying with you.
It's Wednesday. Now, here's the issue. It's not a big deal for me, but when February 14th come again, I don't want to hear it. But we find ourselves, women have to sometimes remember that they're being unfair. So again, another case in point, on Mother's Day, if there is not some form of acknowledgement that I am your child's mother, and you have not, done something elaborate to say Happy Mother's Day to me, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
But when the third Sunday in June come around, the first thing out of most of their mouths is he ain't my daddy. And so women have to be very careful with this, because I did this in a women's seminar in my church to just kind of, garner their responses. Well, I said, well, then why does that not the same not hold true for Mother's Day? You're not his mother. Well, I'm the mother of his children. Well, he's the father of yours. And so eventually I just got to the place where I figured I'm not going to win this fight, but I just wanted to throw something out there. Women, you have to understand that, yeah, we like intimacy too. We like to be acknowledged. I'd like to know.
Well, I think you hit it on the head, that we're more than sex.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And we need communication. We need affirmation. We need all the things that they need. We may need it to a different degree.
Right.
We may need it communicated differently. But to not acknowledge those things makes us less than human.
Okay.
That all we are is a sexual animal. And I think all of us can admit that we're way more than that.
Yes, absolutely. It's a whole lot more to us than that. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
And just to add on to that, I think that I've been married 31 years, and I believe this, and I know 36 and 26. You can attest, 9. You can attest that you go through stages, and you start changing. Some things start changing. You know. And I'm noticing that even now, things are just, it's like, okay, it's a little bit different, and I realize that as we get older, we do change. Men change just like women change, and this is what I had to explain to someone. Man, it's not I said, how long y'all been married? And they said, changes.
Yeah.
Changes. You go through stages of changes, and things like this. And so you have to learn how to deal with it. You have to learn how to deal with it because you go through changes.
Okay.
In your life. And I find out that sometimes it could be one-sided, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It could be one-sided, and you be like, but one-sided. But sometimes they don't see that all the time.
Right.
Sister Tyler is saying Happy Sweetest Day to you right there. So I just want to acknowledge my sister. She trying.
I love you.
She trying.
Listen.
It's late, but she trying.
She knows I'm easy. Listen, you know the song? Hey. All right. I can't say that.
I want to come in on what
Come on.
I'll say. He was saying how things change and things do change in our relationship over the years. Yes. But when we have the opportunity to really get together and enjoy each other, we have to be very intentional about what we do. I mean, I used to win cruise, but now me and the wife are going to cruise, and I go on the cruise. I'm expecting to have some fireworks. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not traveling all the way to Hawaii and something don't happen. Something gonna happen in Hawaii, and so you got to be intentional.
Yes.
With those things, you got to make. Sometimes you got to make dates. Our children are grown now, but even when our children were small, we would drop the children off at the grandmother's house, and we would just go downtown and find us a hotel.
Yes.
Away from everybody.
Yes.
Turn the phone off.
That's all.
And make some
Yeah.
stuff happen.
Yes.
And so you got to be intentional about your relationship, and you have to do things to keep the fire. I used to work night shift, and I would come in, and there was a certain aroma in the house. I knew what time it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
come on.
There was flower petals leading up to the room.
Yes.
Look. I tell the guys, I was a basketball player. I tell the guys, I'm not shooting tonight. I got some other shooting to take care of. So you got to be intentional about making things happen.
Yeah. That's right. Go ahead, Pastor. You were going to say something?
Well, I was just going to lift up another point that someone pointed out. Roosevelt says, I think every person is different. There are some women who are more aggressive, but not all. That's why the
Right.
communication is important.
Absolutely.
I think we talked about that a little earlier.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. Some women are more aggressive, and I think to acknowledge that is okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's knowing who you are and who your partner is and being able to communicate that with each other. But I think also, going back to what Pastor Robert said, I think we have to be comfortable with spontaneity. I think we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if I'm riding home from the movies, if I'm taking you out to the dinner and done all that stuff. In my mind, I'm already believing that when I get home, I've already reached third base.
All right.
I don't have to.
Because I done set this thing up.
I done set this thing up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This ain't nothing that I gotta. So I'm ready to get it going.
Thank you, Marlene.
I don't want to get to the house and be like, wait till my show go off and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
So, I don't want to wait till I get to the hotel either. I don't want to wait till I go on vacation.
Pull the ride over.
I'm talking.
Force preserve.
Now I know you don't have that problem.
I do not have that problem. She is always ready. I'm the punk right now. We were going to the signature room on the 95th floor, and it's like a 2.5 minute ride. And I said, "Come on, take me right here." And she said, "Come on." And I punked out. So she is always ready, even in anger. Even in frustration, even when she is mad at me, even when she ain't speaking to me, she never says no. Marlene Tyler, I love you, honey. I need you to know. Let me say it again for the record. That's it, right? That's my camera right there. Baby, I love you. Now, just get it ready. All right, Pastor, you getting ready to say something?
I was gonna ask Bishop a question. Is all of our affection or all the things we give to wives, you all give to wives, is it all transactional? Meaning, can you do all the things she wants you to do, needs you to do, loves for you to do, and you not expect any sex at the end of the night? Can you just, is it okay just to love her like that? And that is what it is.
I can, but not 365 days of the year.
I think when you're sexually satisfied, you get to that place where if it happens, it's okay. When you have a healthy sex life, when you and your wife are intimate on a regular basis, then you do stuff just to do it. But if you're sexually frustrated or it's not as much as you need, then you do begin to start doing things for the little bone that she's gonna throw at you.
Now, I just want to throw this question out there. Hear a lot of men say that.
All right, my daughter's on. Behave now.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. I'm just talking.
Oh, okay. A lot of men say that sometimes they like the woman to be the aggressor, and what do y'all think about that?
That works for me.
I say that, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that works.
I don't want to
It
always
works
be
for me.
the
Absolutely.
aggressive one.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes, and I don't mind being aggressive,
Right.
but every now and then I like you to, come in and rip my shirt off.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of those moves.
Yeah. Lady Tyler talking about she ready already.
Lady Tyler, see, you going to have a good night tonight.
Won't he do it?
Is my wife on? We're going to have a good night tonight, too.
There you go. That's
on.
right.
Now, there's another question. That's a great question, Apostle. There's another question from our Facebook listeners. Someone says, how often do you all want sex? So the question becomes, so what's your expectation? How often do you want it?
Again, I think that goes back to what Pastor Schaefer was saying, that there has to be a level of communication, and you all have to determine that, what is healthy for you, what is healthy for her, and then kind of meet somewhere
In the middle.
Tyler, I think the people wants to know though.
Well, again, for
They
me,
want to know.
you know,
Y'all sit up here, they want to know.
okay, well, they want to, well,
How
again,
often do you want it?
at least 4 times a week for me still works.
4 times a week.
And
Okay,
in 26
all right.
years.
4 out of 7, Lady Tyler.
Right, and so
you heard him. 4 out of 7.
You know, there are times where we don't get 4 out of 7. But again, I still have a healthy sex life. So because I have a healthy sex life, if we go a couple of weeks where we only do it once a week, it's okay. But I know that we're going to make up for it down the line.
Well, I'll say this, that I think it was Pastor Schaefer that said this. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Sure. And there goes with communication. Communication.
Yeah.
You have to talk to your mate.
Yeah.
Love language.
Yeah.
Love language. Hey.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, you know, I mean, because I can look at my wife's eyes and she'll know what time it is.
See, that's a love language.
You know,
Yeah,
and
even after all this time.
Right, and we don't even have to say nothing. It's just a look, and she got a look, you know, and thank God, hopefully we can get home, because there's going to be some filling in the car and everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Talk to me. Yes. Yes.
I mean, and some people, oh man, you have to do, no, that keeps fire going.
Yes, absolutely.
That keeps the fire.
Absolutely.
Because before you got saved and before you got me, man, you come on.
Absolutely.
Lakefront, come on, let's just be honest.
Yes. We're honest. Yes. Pastor, you were going to say something?
I was going to Apostle talked about communication. That's very important, because in an early marriage, you know, if you touch me, I think it's on. But sometimes she just wanted to be cuddled. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for sex. She was ready. She just wants you to lay there and hold her and hug her. There's a book. I don't know if it's still in print, called The Lost Art of Listening by Michael Nichols. One thing he said, there was a story in there that the story really blessed me. He said there was a woman sitting there, and she told her husband, "It's cold in here," and he went and got her a blanket. But that's not what she was communicating. She wanted to be caressed. She wanted to be hugged. And what he did, he turned the heat up. She wanted more than that. And sometimes it's in how we communicate. And sometimes the wife is not looking for sex. She just wants you to sit there and hold and cuddle. But, you know, if you're like the brothers, you know.
Now let me be his advocate.
A couple of touches, you know, and you
right. But let me be his advocate.
And you own,
Yeah.
and you own, you know. And so it's all about communication.
But let me be his advocate, because she may have been communicating that I want to be held, but what's wrong with just saying, "Sweetheart, I'm cold. Can you hold me?" Because again, after all this time, Marlene says, "Can I lay on you?" I understand now that doesn't necessarily mean that she wants to be intimate, but that she wants that intimacy with me.
But that came over time.
Absolutely. And what I'm saying is, but the problem is that we've all been saying, if you don't communicate it, you're always expecting me to catch signs, when we've been required as men to just say what we're supposed to say, instead of beating around the bush. Because when we beat around the bush, they be saying, "Just say what you're gonna say."
And then just to add to that, remember, they think on both sides. We think on one.
All right. Oh, I like that. All right.
They think on both sides. We only think on one.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Another great question from the listeners. Bishop Norman Harrison. Hey, Bishop. How
God
you
bless
doing?
you, Bishop.
He said, "Is there anything, I like this, not permissible in the bedroom?"
I knew somebody was going to take
Is
us
there
there.
anything not permissible in the bedroom?
Yes.
Come on, Pastor.
Yes.
Come on, Pastor.
Anything your partner doesn't want,
Wow.
right? You can't take it. Like you can't force somebody, right? And so anything she's uncomfortable with, if you can't, talk, communicate it to meet halfway, anything she doesn't want, you can't have.
Okay.
I agree. Come on.
So
I just
so oral.
all of that's preference. All of that is preference.
Come on here.
All of that is
That's
preference,
what
right?
what the audience wants to know.
All right.
My thing
Is that permissible? So you're saying if your partner's cool with that,
If y'all
then
into it?
y'all cool.
Listen, whatever you all understand and whatever you
'Cause the
create
bed is
between
undefiled.
Bed is
whatever you
undefiled.
create between each other is what you create. What I am saying is that you says is anything not permissible, anything that she doesn't permit,
Yeah.
or that you don't permit,
Yeah.
right? There's
You're going too far. You're
mutuality
going too far,
as
yeah.
being a lover, right? So it's not just all about your needs anyway.
right.
Both parties needs.
Tell me if I'm wrong. You look at it like, you can tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not. No, I mean, no. You're absolutely right. You can't force anybody. You can't force your partner to do something that they're not willing
One
to
to do.
Right. Oh, right.
I think what happens is, if there's an experience that you've had prior to your current partner, again, I go back to expectations. What have you set yourself up for? What have you or have you not communicated? And I think this communication does need to happen before you get
Right.
married.
Now I go all in
Okay.
premarital counseling.
Sure.
I go all in. We talk about sexual excursions. We talk about everything because again, I want you to go in knowing everything, and you need to know if he was a drug addict before you met him, and you met him in rehab. There's a possibility that this thing might relapse. If he was whorish, this thing might relapse. So I think if you bring it all out and tell me your expectations. What is it that you're looking for? Then, if I can't meet those expectations, then I need to be honest enough to say, you know what, this is a little too deep for me. This is too much for me. Maybe we need to step back and rethink this.
Now I remember I was in premarital counseling with Archbishop Hudson, and I remember close to the end of the session, so right before the wedding, I remember Archbishop told my wife and I, he said, now y'all get y'all some books and y'all learn some different positions, because don't nobody want nothing boring in the bedroom. That was my bishop.
That was the bishop.
That was my bishop.
That was his bishop impression.
I mean,
and everybody knows that nobody's safe.
And you know what? I mean, but that's empowering.
Absolutely.
And I think we need to, again, be honest with people.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, some of y'all just freaky. Y'all don't need to get no books. Y'all already know what to do. But look at y'all. Y'all look at y'all already know what to do. But spice it up. Keep the fire burning.
Absolutely.
Right? Keep us intrigued. Right? And we and some of that is us too.
Yes,
Right? We need to come with some creativity in the bedroom. I think that's
Yes,
what it is.
Bishop Harrison, they should be willing to try. He asked, but should they be willing to try? Yes, Bishop Harrington, they should be willing to try, at least willing to
Pastor
try.
Schaefer, do you agree with that? Because so you're saying they should be at least be willing to try it. Pastor Schaefer, look at
No. Again, I think it's what you. That's why it need to be
Right,
talked up
yeah,
front.
yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
how
Up front.
Are you willing to try this? Are you willing to try that?
somebody said, what about swinging? Is that permitted?
Now you're moving into adultery,
No.
and
No, that's totally against scripture.
yeah, now you're moving into defiling yourself, and you're moving into things that God is not in with the whole swinging. I get a bedroom. All right,
What is that question?
sir.
It says, I get the bedroom is undefiled. I get the bedroom is undefiled, but like Pastor said, you cannot take it. Mutual likings, yes. So if you both like it, if you both are into it, then great, wonderful, fine.
All right. I guess that means we're going to keep going. All right. We have switched out for a moment. I don't want to mess it up. Hang on just a second.
We thank God for.
This is Minister Thomas Edwards of All Nations Temple of Deliverance Church. He and his wife have been married 12 years and have 2 beautiful children and a whole lot more that they're fathering and mothering, and all their kids need whoopings just like everybody else.
I heard that.
All right. Well, Elder Thomas, just jump right on in here.
The last question was.
We were talking about the bedroom and
about swinging?
Yeah, what about swinging?
That was
and
the last question.
yeah, that was the last question.
And I also want to piggyback on the what's permissible. I think one thing is, you can introduce some things and persuade some things, because there's some good persuasion, because you can introduce some things that, based on your experience or based on, and it was said already earlier, you're still learning your sexual health. That's so key. That's so important. You have to be okay to express it too. I think the big thing about the church is it's so taboo. It's so underneath the surface, and I'm scared to express it. But what happens is, as a man, we express in different areas.
Yeah.
We're gonna venture out. I'm just keeping it real. I'm
right.
gonna go out and drive at 11 o'clock after them services to go seek what I desire.
All right.
Or you gonna meet Chanel or so-and-so that's gonna twist and turn and do some, whoever it is. They're gonna do them tricks for you. Say them things you wanna hear. Be
All right.
rough with you. Be a little, cause what happens is, we don't learn sex in church, so we struggle with a church girl when we have sex.
All right.
Say that again.
And that's the big
Yeah,
thing.
he
You
said
know,
that
again.
We don't learn sex in
that
church.
We don't learn sex.
We don't learn sex in church, so we struggle with having sex with a church girl.
Wow.
And we develop this church, we develop this big kind of sexual identity. And that's one thing about men. We develop, especially in the black community, we identify with sexuality. That's been one of our biggest strong points. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but that's one thing we identify in. Especially, we may not been in leadership or management or been career driven in other areas, so we identify what our sexual kind of conquering, what y'all was saying that. And what happens is, even when I talk to my sons and my young men about it, we shun it, but we still kind of say, no, but you still a man. You gonna go on out there, because it's kind of like it's our thing. And so what happens is, we don't talk about it in church, but it's our identity. So what happens is, we get in the bedroom with our wife, and we a little timid to say, like, I'm a beast, I'm a savage,
Okay.
and I need you to be a savage, and I need you to show you some stuff. I need you to do some tricks.
All right.
Because what happens is, she gonna start judging you.
Okay.
See, that's what
All
happens.
right.
She gonna
judging. All
she
right.
gonna say you nasty, and the bishop, a pastor said you need it 4 times a week. I need it almost every minute. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
If you can give it to me, brothers, we can get it when we sick. If I break an arm, I want it, and that don't mean you still holy. I think that's the problem is we cannot we have to separate our sexual health with being holy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you had said something.
Now, Pastor Edwards, I know your wife.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I know your wife too. I gotta look at the camera for her too. Lady Shatina, Pastor Thomas Edwards just said he needs it every minute.
Every minute.
Every minute.
Of every
all
day.
right.
That's what I heard it
So
too,
did you hear that?
I heard that.
mean,
Bishop.
I heard.
I heard it.
Did you hear that? Now, Curtis Lindsay said earlier. He said maybe it's an age thing, because he said some need it 4 times a week, others need it 4 times a day. And I think that's what Pastor
Yeah. Well,
Edwards
see, that's
is saying.
what he is.
Yeah.
He's
He's
25 years our junior.
Yeah. So back in the day, you could roll like
Absolutely. Yeah.
How old are you?
Right.
I'm 34.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm 34. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
he can do that. Absolutely.
Been there, done that.
yeah, and I get that.
I know where you at.
And
Absolutely.
and what happens is,
Right.
Well, I'm in my 30s now, but I ain't 50 yet.
Exactly.
So I'm not, 4 times
you
a day.
almost-
I mean, we're running marathon. I'm a marathon runner.
Right.
That's the reality of it. You
But
know,
he being
Absolutely.
real with.
He
Yeah.
being real, yeah.
Right.
and I think what happens too, Pap, then that's how it is. I'm just like this, and I
Go
think
for it, dude. Yeah,
this is the
yeah.
thing, though. This thing, we're scared. We're scared to really talk about our preference with our spouses.
Okay.
But we get frustrated when we're not getting the results of it.
Okay. And I think that's what everybody was saying.
Because I'm saying I want something, because you're going to want something.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I was actually counseling a brother, too, and I was asking him, I said, what's going to happen, when you don't get some? Oh, I'm going to be okay. I know she got to work and this, that, and third. I said, listen, brother, you're going to be moving some furniture. Because what happens is, man, it becomes a routine, just like anything else.
True.
You at one point, you may be getting some. At one point, that cycle may stop. What's going to be your way to kind of like, separate, stop that routine.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say this, and I'm all around. But I was gonna say, when it comes to allowing things in the bedroom, I remember, because I have an older father. I was raised by older pops, and back in the day, he was telling me R&B music was in the bedroom was too much. That wasn't a guy. Like, I'm like, what y'all listen to? Jesus on main line?
Yeah,
but I'm talking about, that's old school. That was old school.
No.
Like, you don't need that.
No.
And that whole thing, allowing anything in the bedroom, was like causing a hindrance to your marriage, your sexual life. But R&B music now is like a normal thing. And so I understand, to like, don't touch people's bedrooms. But my whole thing is this: do not allow any of these things to become a replacement.
All right.
They should supplement. They should help enhance. But what happens is, if you don't have good sexual health, they become replacements. Like, and they become ways in, like even pornography, even something like, because what happens is, because some brothers may play some stuff to get it. I ain't saying we do,
the truth,
but they
man.
do that.
Yeah,
They may do
absolutely.
to conjure up that ambiance.
That feeling of
and what
loneliness.
happens is,
Yes.
if you still want that conjuring, but you're not getting those same results, so you still conjuring up this thing, so you all riled up, you're going to do something. And it become your replacements, because one thing about, if I listen to some, some smooth jazz or R&B, whatever, I'm going to get them feelings, and it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to happen automatically.
All right.
Now, dealing with my white pastor, it's not automatic sometimes. I may do the same type of practice, I'm going to get the same results.
All right. We're coming to the end. All right. Well, let me just give a few minutes to kind of summarize. We're actually coming to the end of our program. Thank you all so much for joining. And it looks like we may have to do this again because you all have not stopped commenting and you all have not stopped asking questions. So thank you again.
Can I throw this question
yes,
in here
sir.
before we go?
Absolutely.
Lights on or lights off?
Either way. Lights on, lights
off.
Yeah, lights on, lights off, in the car, on the stairs. Hey,
I'm like darkness.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like it pitch black dark. I got to see something. Thank you. I don't like it pitch black dark. Now lights on. I mean, any way you want to bless me, I'll be satisfied.
That's
but
preference.
I'm just saying, I don't like no lights on. Lights
Yeah.
just complete. I gotta see something. Even though I know what you look like, I want to just see something.
Yeah.
I want to see what I'm touching, what I'm licking, what I'm holding. Come
and
on.
I want to see your expression because I want to make sure I got the
definitely
right
want to
spot.
see your expression. Yeah.
Well, then,
Yeah.
let's go
Let
here.
me know I hit it. Yeah.
Let's go here.
Yeah.
Let's go here.
Well, let's go.
How about talking?
Talk to me.
You gotta talk to
Say something.
You gotta say something, Doc.
Say something.
You gotta spit it, man.
Yeah.
You know what?
Talk to the demon of the Lord. Say so.
Man, let's be real with
It was a question like, is there difference between making love and sex? And I think the thing is, you have to make love before you even have sex. And you have to actually do that before you get in the bedroom, in the process of the bedroom, and then we having sex. And like I said, so that's talking, it's everything. I gotta speak to you, because what happens is the woman, they want your whole mind. That's the only time they see you vulnerable. And if you can talk to her and whisper some stuff in her ear and say some nasty stuff to her, and I'm telling you,
Yeah, she gets
you'll mess
excited
up.
when she can make me scream. Yeah, she loves that part. Yeah. No, she loves that part. Yeah. When you have
And
to
then you
grab
want to
the
answer
pillow
stuff yourself.
and holler. Yes.
You want to
Yeah.
answer stuff yourself, because she don't see y'all prophesying and all up me proper. She want to see y'all a little rough and rugged.
Yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
that's a turn on.
Well, what about you, Apostle Joseph? Talking? You like
Apostle
you like to
talking,
hear?
man.
Yeah, Apostle talking.
Apostle
that-
talking,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Threw that out
The
there.
way he look,
Yeah,
he's talking, man.
Apostle talking.
He probably got a.
You're right. I'm a talking man.
That's right.
Man, but to just be real with it, men are just men, and we love sex, and we love making, and we just want to be straight up with it, you know. But I tell people all the time,
That's my wife.
and you said it, what she won't do, somebody else will.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in Christendom, and we need to just be straight up with that.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
what-
Mr. Tyler. Just give it up,
seriously.
on or off, don't matter.
Right, because what they're not, because
What you
and
want.
because I'll never forget what that lady told us. She said she never allow her husband to leave home hungry.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm telling you.
Ladies and
that's
gentlemen,
happening.
thank you all. Please, ladies, please don't let your. Oh, I'm sorry. Last comments.
God bless you, and I just want to just share this with you. Never allow your husband to leave home hungry.
Bishop.
Get it as much as you can, especially if you're married.
Mr. Thomas.
Grow with each other, you know, within your sexual life, because, you know, you have a past, he has a past, you know, reveal yourself to each other and grow in that thing. Don't be scared, don't judge each other, but that's the way you heal. That's the way you actually really get stronger in and outside the bedroom.
Pastor Patrick.
Grace and peace be unto you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ.
I love him. Thank you all so much for joining us
We
tonight.
got to do this again.
Absolutely. We hope this has helped
gotta bring
some
some
of
women
you.
in, though.
And then, yeah, we actually need to do this from another standpoint, from their standpoint. Thank you all again. We love you. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.